Hello and welcome to the Astrology Vibe of the Week. I am Shira, founder of Abracadabra Astrology, the method that merges neural science, Kundalini yoga with your birth chart and gives tools and practices to take the cosmic guidance, the intelligence of the stars and the planets and the universe and bring it down the grounding cord into your life. So let's get into it. This upcoming week is so wild. It is so good. It is going to be really powerful and definitely deep with a lot of opportunities to connect to your vision, like what you want in your life, what you really want in your heart of hearts, and to connect with the future, with the energy of what it is that you are calling in. And it's an opportunity this whole entire week to integrate all of the things that you have learned in since May. I'll talk to you about why in a little bit, but to integrate all of these lessons that have come through for you that you have gained wisdom from and be able to use that wisdom that you've gained to take the next steps to go where you are being called to go from a place of the soul. Now, before I break it down and open the chart, what I will say is that because of the immense amount of air energy that we have going on in this upcoming week with the grand air trine that is being activated by Venus and Pluto and Uranus, it's really it's imperative that you are aware of your thinking mind and that you're aware of your breathing and that you relax your belly and that you take these slow, deep diaphragmatic breaths where you're inhaling and you're just expanding all around your lower torso like an accordion, but in a 360 degrees, and you keep yourself regulated because there's going to be a lot of high frequency energy coming in, new ideas, fast-paced, moving communications and connections, and it could be really exciting. But on the flip side, sometimes it can like evoke or provoke a little bit of a faster heart rate or a little anxiety. It could also bring worrying. We're also in the season of fall, and in Ayurveda and traditional Chinese medicine, this is the season where worrying gets activated, overthinking gets activated. And now with this grand air trine that I'm going to talk to you about in a moment, it's even more important to take those slow, deep breaths and really be aware of your body, coming home to your body over and over and over again. And the more that you can do that in this really powerful week where we're in this like pre new moon portal, right? Because the new moon isn't this week, it's the following week. But the astrology is so aligned with manifesting and with tapping into higher frequencies that will make us align with the cosmic intelligence and take us to the next place if we choose to tap into that. It's just so powerful. So with great power comes great responsibility. With great power comes great responsibility. So be aware this whole week, from the moment you watch this all the way up to the new moon, of what you're focusing your attention on and what you're thinking about. And to be quite real with you, I want you to be vigilant about any looping that might happen or any tendencies towards disbelief where you might be doubting things that come through, because I truly deeply believe that so many of you out there are going to have magnificent downloads And the only one that can carry those downloads through and bring them into reality is you. And if you get a grand idea, or if you have a realization or a download of healing comes through, a download of love comes through, the perfect person steps into your life, and you doubt yourself out of it, or the perfect opportunity comes into your life, the perfect teacher comes into your life, the perfect guidance comes into your life, and you talk yourself out of it, your like inner critic monster latches on and talks yourself out of it, you will have missed an incredible opportunity to change your life. This is a life-changing week. I am not exaggerating. I'm so excited to hear about what comes through for you. But in order to have your life changed, you need to be the one that is open to that and wants that and says yes to the opportunities that come through. And let me tell you, these opportunities, they're going to come through. So I'm going to open the chart. And if you're just listening to this, awesome, just listen. But if you're taking notes, if you're one of those note-taking nerds like myself, just write down in your notes, where do I have Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini? That's the first thing that just explodes into my awareness for this week. Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini, the air signs. Ask yourself, what planets or points do I have air energy? Because in these planets or points, I'm going to experience a great deal of opportunities. Now, especially if you have these planets or points in the early degrees, so like 0 degrees to 5 degrees, or even 7 degrees if we're getting loosey-goosey with it. Now, if you take a look at the chart, if you're watching this or you're listening, just listen. I have the chart open to October 14th, which is Tuesday. And you're also going to feel this on Monday. And let me also say that let me start by talking about the reality, which is if you had a tough weekend, and by tough I just mean if you've been feeling your emotions and you've been like really experiencing emotional excavation in the past weekend or last week, that's divinely timed. Venus is being opposed by Saturn and Neptune, and that can be a reality check. It can have us realizing where we are falling short, or where we're too hard on ourselves, or where we're not allowing ourselves to want what we want. And it's an opportunity for super potent healing as well. But it could feel weird. So like if you've been in an icky wicky sticky place last week, this past weekend, the energy is clearing, it is moving, and with at the same time as we experience this reality check, we're also getting an opportunity to see where we can actually make change and transformation in our life, so that instead of just experiencing the negativity and the challenge of it, we find the lesson in it, and we realize what it is that we can take accountability for in our lives, and what it is that we can change in our lives that's going to help us move some of the emotional energy through and do whatever healing needs to happen in order to receive the kind of love that we really want, in order to align with what our heart's desires truly are, instead of either blocking it or suppressing it, or feeling like you don't deserve it, feeling like you're not enough to actually have it. This is very awakening astrology, especially this Saturn opposition and Neptune opposition to Venus. Um, Especially because on Tuesday, Venus shifts into 0 degrees Libra. So now our attention and our awareness is being guided towards relationships and what our relationship to relationships is. If you are in a relationship, there is a bit of a pressure to make sure that you are aligned with that person and that you're not in an illusion where you're kind of like making up what it is that you want to see and having these rose-colored glasses and kind of putting yourself on the back burner, putting the other person in front of you. Because Saturn's at 26 Pisces and Neptune's at 0 degrees Aries, and they're both retrograde, there is this internal, there's looking inside at our responsibility to our own heart. And as Venus shifts into Libra at 0 degrees, we have already been having this opposition between these 2 points, and it's going to continuously draw our attention back to our own heart and to have us in a high level ask ourselves, is this really what I want, and how can I be responsible to myself and the choices I make and the things that I communicate. Because oftentimes in relationships, the biggest challenge or the biggest place where we fall short is actually communicating and speaking and using this air energy, which is our voice and our truth, to say what it is that we need to say or want to say what it is that's on our heart, or that is, being held in our energy, or even being held on our shoulders. And to feel safe enough to know that whatever you have to say, if you're saying it to the person that's meant for you, they're going to receive it, and they're going to receive it with an open heart and open ears. And there could be challenge from inside to feel okay to tell the truth, feel okay to say what's really in there. But when you have these hard conversations, you actually end up getting closer in partnerships. Conflict is not war. It's not a negative thing. Conflict is showing where there's different styles of thinking, different styles of thought process, and where we need to take more time and have more patience and more compassion with one another to really understand what the other person is thinking. So many challenges in relationships happen just because one person or both people are not communicating what they need, or telling, their truth that's in their heart. So this Venus shifting into Libra is going to call us deeper into the mirror of relationships. Now, if you're not in a relationship, this is a good time to journal on exactly what you want if you want a relationship. Get detailed, like get real about what you really want so that you don't end up settling ever again. And you don't end up, putting yourself in a position where you're with someone that is not actually aligned with what you want, and you understand that you deserve your match. You deserve your match. So, write down with your magic wand, which is your pen and a piece of paper, in full sentences, the kind of relationship you want and the kind of partnership you want. Don't just make a bullet point list. Write in full sentences. That is going to be so much clearer to the universe and so much clearer to the vibration that you want to tap into. I am looking for someone that I feel safe communicating with. I'm looking for someone that wants to have long, deep conversations. I'm looking for someone that loves to cook. I'm looking for someone that is going to make me feel special. Whatever it is, full sentences. You have this opportunity with Venus shifting into Libra to lean into what you want, to lean into your heart, your desires, and to call in more and more beauty. Now, this is going to sound shallow, but look, it's not shallow. This isn't about shallowness. If you take it that way, I don't know. That's your problem. Like, I love you, but this is not a shallow thing. Venus in Libra and Venus and Libra is about beauty and feeling your beauty. Like, not looking perfect, not the Botox, not the fancy clothes, deep sense of feeling beauty. When you tap into beauty, true beauty, you tap into connection with nature, with the earth, because the earth, this like sacred feminine essence, brings beauty, so much beauty when you go into nature. When you look at birds, or you look at flowers, or you look at a crooked tree or a rock, they hold so much beauty. And with Venus going into Libra and the sun in Libra, this is the vibration of beauty. How do you bring more beauty into your life? I will tell you what's coming up for me is I used to have a practice. I don't have it right now, but my practice was at the start of every week, I would buy myself a huge, expensive bouquet of flowers. And that would be my gift to myself. How I tapped into the beauty of nature, my own beauty, connecting to the part of me that sees these flowers and gets to see the essence of beauty, which is also the essence of you in the flower, the mirror of your beauty in the beauty of whatever it is. So it could be flowers. You could buy yourself chocolate if you like to do that. You could, get your nails done, or get a pedicure or a massage, or go to a concert, or go to an art museum, or fill your house with beautiful things, because this energy, Venus in Libra, the more beauty it has around it, the more beauty it feels inside, and everything comes into this vibration, this like higher vibration of nature. And when you're vibrating in alignment with nature, now you have got a really good channel of energy going. So whatever it is that you can lean into that feels beautiful, harmonious, like musical, just magical. This is a great week to like, sing in your shower, sing in the car, sing with your friends. Um, try something that is going to be beautiful and wonderful. And when I say try, I mean do something for the first time. 0 degrees, Venus. What's something new? 0 degrees is a new energy. What's something new you can bring in that's gonna, amp up your beauty? It could be more jewelry. It could be, I just took out this necklace. I haven't worn this necklace in like 8 years. It's so beautiful. I'm so happy that I took it back out. So I'm harping over here, but hopefully, you're getting that message loud and clear. So the more you lean into that and the self, the more it's going to be mirrored on the outside. And I think it's going to be a beautiful experience to have Venus in Libra. Now, this 0 degree Venus is lining up, trining, which is a harmonious supportive energy with Pluto. Fucking Pluto. Pluto's at 1 degrees Aquarius. Now, Aquarius is about being authentic to yourself, being your own weird self, whatever that means to you. Like 100% choosing to dance to the beat of your own drum and break free from the societal constructs and norms. So Venus bringing harmonious energy into the Aquarius part of your chart. So Pluto is at 1 degrees Aquarius, and Pluto is the alchemizer. Pluto does a very good job at revealing what is beneath the surface. So this is why I'm talking about relationships. If you're in a relationship, or maybe you're in a situationship, look, everybody has them sometimes. Okay, no judgment. You're in some kind of ship, some sort of ship. You're going somewhere. Do you like where you're going? Right? Do you want to get on that ship? Do you want to stay on that ship, or do you want to abort ship? Because Venus aligning with Pluto is going to say, if this is not it, this is not it. Cut it. Cord cut. It's okay. Clear it, release it. It is not taking you where you want to go. That is going to be so clear throughout the next week and 2 weeks. Like, you're going to know what is for you and what is not for you. And to circle back to those hard conversations, most likely there's going to be a call to be more honest with yourself and with the other. Could be romantic, could be friendship, could be family. I don't know what you got going on over there. Whatever ship you're on right now. Pluto will show you. The shadow will show you what you didn't really see before, and Pluto will give you the truth. Pluto will help you see beneath the surface, like way beneath the surface, and make sure that um, you are not living in the programs of wounding. Pluto has to do with our wounding from past lives, from childhood, the wounds that we carry. And when Pluto lines up with Venus, boom, we either are having really deep, really beautiful, heart connecting conversations that merge us deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper in our relationship, and we love it so much and we're so deep and amazing, or it shows you where something is falling flat and is done, where the air has been sucked out of it, where there's no more oxygen to breathe, there's no more oxygen to survive in it, and it's time to go. So this is a if you know it's time to go, please trust yourself. Your intuition is so open and so powerful and so strong right now as well. All right, then Pluto is trining, making a harmonious energetic connection down to Uranus in Gemini at 0 degrees. So Gemini is about the mind, the inner workings of the mind, your brain, human psychology, our programs that have been programmed into us, our patterns, and our ability to reprogram, break free, and use our language as one of the greatest tools for change. So, Uranus is the planet of change. Uranus is also the planet of, it can be crisis, where a event occurs that wakes you up and has you realize that something needs to change, like you've been doing the same things for too long, they're not working out for you. All of a sudden you get really sick and you're like, oh my gosh, I need to rest. And you have this awakening moment, I need to really take care of myself. I burnt out. This Uranus brings like really sudden realizations that change the direction of your life and plug you into authenticity, your authentic truth. Uranus is an Aquarian energy. So again, remember Aquarius, Pluto in Aquarius, Aquarian energy, and then Uranus in Gemini, but this is Aquarian energy as well because Uranus rules. You got it. Uranus rules Aquarius. So it's about shaking off anything inauthentic and getting really the pressure, the squeeze. If we haven't been authentic to ourselves, we're really going to feel this. And if we have been authentic to ourselves, then the gateway for all of us, really, there's like an open gateway, a channel, an open cosmic door to stepping into the next version of ourselves with like a catalyzing energy. Uranus 0 degrees in Gemini is then making another trine. See this triangle, this blue triangle, a harmonious energy back to Venus and Libra. So we have all of this air energy, and air is about our thoughts, and it's also about the quantum field. It's like what you cannot see, but you, with your intention, you can make so much change, because it's not a bunch of earth energy. When it's earth energy, Capricorn, the Taurus energy, you know what I'm saying, the Virgo energy, things are a little slow and steady. Air energy, it's like, okay, things are getting really exciting and they're moving really quickly. And oftentimes it happens maybe not in the material realm yet, but you're like planting frequency seeds for the material realm. So there's a lot of trust that has to happen, that wants to happen during this time. And being so aware of the words you speak and understanding that your words are spells. So I don't want to hear any complaining. Okay, look, let's be real. If we're complaining, it means we're not changing. If we're complaining, it means that we are just settling for the problem because we're talking about it. If we are not liking something, we change it. what is the serenity prayer? God grant me the wisdom to change what I can and to like um understand what I can't change and the wisdom to know the difference. I know I said that wrong, and I know someone out there will correct me, and I'll appreciate that as long as they correct me with love, and maybe they can put it in the comments. But it's like if you can't change it, change yourself. It sounds so harsh, but it's so real because we're the only ones that are experiencing our lives. We are the only one that experiences life. And so it's up to us to get into to make the choices, to think certain ways that are going to help us break free from our wounded selves, from holding on to wounds and taking things personally and holding on to hurts, and get more aligned with being grateful, more aligned with really feeling like we are so lucky for the blessings that we already have. And that kind of energy is going to, woo, it's going to be so good for us this week to really get in alignment with gratitude and really feeling so grateful for what we already have and the blessings we have. And then from there, not from lack, but from this place of gratitude, we get to do some very good visioning this week and manifesting this week. What do you really want? What do you really, really want? And know that you can have it. You can have anything you want. All right, now, not anything, but you get me. I know you get me. So that we have this beautiful grand trine in air, a lot of fast moving energy, a lot of intellectual energy, a lot of mind energy. That's why I said at the beginning, be in your body, relax your breath, and know that this is a highly magical time, super highly magical time. And we get to focus our energy on what we want to intend, what we want to create, what we want to manifest, what we want to call in and in and in. Okay, so now I'm not going to talk about this moon because it's going to move in like 2 hours. So now we've got this beautiful grand air trine, and then we also have on the on Monday, the 13th, we also have direct motion from Pluto. Pluto has been retrograde since May. May, June, July, August, September, October. That has been 6 deep months of deep reflecting on our woundedness and where we want to step into a more whole healed place, where we have been suppressing ourselves, where more awareness wants to come in. And as Pluto goes in forward motion, we will have the ability to integrate the lessons that have come through. To be honest, I don't think you have to do very much with this Pluto going direct, except for just kind of relax into it and enjoy the energy that this week is going to bring with all of this air. But there is almost like a door is being closed in one way or another. There is some closure that's happening as Pluto goes forward, and we can kind of get some more insight on what did happen since May. Now, the other piece of all of this is, ooh, we have this stellium, this loose stellium of Scorpio energy. So we have Black Moon Lilith, which I know I'm talking a lot about wounding and all of that, but yo, it's in the sky. So as above, you know, down below, whatever that quote is. This is probably the worst quotage that I've ever had. So thank you for bearing with me in the weirdness of this day for me. So we have Black Moon Lilith. This is on Tuesday. Black Moon Lilith, 22 degrees Scorpio. We have Mars in Scorpio, 15 degrees, and then we have Mercury in Scorpio at 11 degrees. So we've got this 10 degrees. Um, stellium, like pretty loose energy, but it's all scorpionic. And this Scorpio energy gives us a lot of power to go deep, to go under the surface, to keep digging into your endurance, the endurance that you have to be emotionally resilient, to go through whatever is here for you and to go towards the darkness instead of running away from it, to look at it, to see the truth of the darkness, and even bring your lantern of love into those dark places. And when we go into those dark places, and when I say darkness, it's more about, what we have, what's uncomfortable. That's the truth. It's like, where is the discomfort? What don't we want to look at? What feels a little icky to look at? And are you willing to look at it so that you can clear it? Because if you don't look at it, if you keep brushing things under the rug, they stay there and they pile up and they get worse. With all this scorpionic energy, we're having the opportunity, should we choose to take it, to look at the 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 icky stuff, to look at the discomfort and be with it and feel it. And a lot of people are going to have been and are going to continue to be feeling really big feels, most likely a little bigger than normal, because Mars is bringing so much energy, so much movement of energy in the Scorpio part of your chart, and in this like the really deep stuff in the chart, the taboo stuff. It's deep, dark, it's taboo, it could be sexual, there's so many things that it could be, but it's so much about what's been kind of shoved under the rug, and we're doing some really deep cleaning. Black Moon Lilith is naturally the archetype of Lilith, who was kicked out of Eden, and represents also things that we have suppressed, emotions that have been suppressed, things we haven't allowed ourselves to look at, parts of ourselves that we have not embraced, that we might still judge or judge in others. And whatever we're judging in others, we naturally also judge in ourselves. So there's an opportunity for deep healing, such deep healing in this next week and into the new moon that is incoming the following week. Such deep healing around relationships, around our heart, around any deeper experiences that we had that are just revealing themselves to us now and saying, hey, look at me. I need a little bit of love. I need a little bit more healing. And the Scorpio energy also is, we also have Mercury in Scorpio. So there's this stellium of energy that's like, this is such strange, interesting energy. You know what I'm seeing right now is I'm seeing, I don't know if you guys have ever seen this before. I mean, I'm sure you've seen it in one way or another, but like water vortexing, just, like that, either in a bottle or a vortex, those places where there's certain places where in the ocean where there's like a vortex of energy, it's like just dropping down into the center of the earth. That's what I'm seeing right now. It's sort of like we're being cleansed by the air and by the water, and it's being pulled down. That's what I'm seeing. And as the water vortexes, it helps to filter out the old stuff, the crud, and it brings more health into the water, because when air goes into water, biologically, when air comes into water and it's vortexing, those air bubbles, that is oxygenating the water and cleaning the water. So it's like the air is cleaning the water. And as you know, water is our deep emotions. I think we're getting a vortex of clearing right now that is useful. That's really useful before the next new moon cycle. Now, as always, listen to your body. listen to your body and listen to yourself and rest if you need to rest. I think everything's gonna move really fast this week. Like I said, it's there's gonna be this like it's a vortex. It's really like a tornado but of water. So be aware of what you need. Listen to your wisdom, your inner wisdom. Listen to your body and keep yourself in a state of gratitude and acknowledge all of the blessings that you have, everything that's already here for you that is giving you exactly what you need at exactly the right time. Remember to thank your body. Remember to thank the earth, to thank the elements every single day to get into that state where you are connected to this like really powerful archetypal energy. Before I leave, I have a few things that are coming up for me right now with the stellium in Scorpio. If you take a bottle of water or a glass of water and you get like a piece of painter's tape that's not clear, and you write on that painter's tape an emotion like joy or love, and you put that on your glass of water or your bottle of water, and you are going to be able to change the frequency of that water because water holds consciousness. And there's so many studies by Dr. Emoto that show what happens to water when you put love into it, or when you write a word on it, or when you speak to it. So be in relationship with water this week. And then again, remember that your words are spells. Speak with love for yourself. Speak to yourself with love in the mirror. And tell your inner critic, instead of to fuck off, that you love her and she is not in charge, or he, or they. I am so grateful for you. May you have the most beautiful, blessed week ever. I'll see you on the other side.